Black Out Loud Media Group. Love song. You are the love song that I so desperately needed to hear. A soothing melody that calms the anxieties brought on by this world and raises the expectations for myself. Lyrics scripted from the most intimate letters of my heart and versed in the undying passion of my soul. Welcome back to another episode of the Brown Sugar Cafe podcast, the place where poetry meets conversation. I'm your host, Terrence P. Elmore, and before we get into today's topic, make sure you hit that plus sign so you don't miss an episode. Also, please subscribe to my blog, thebrownssugarcafe.blog, and if you find any value in this episode or any other episodes, make sure you leave a heartfelt review. So with that being said, let's get to it. What's up, everybody? Happy Valentine's Day. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the episode so far. We have had a couple of guests. On the last episode, I had G. Hightower, the entanglement coach. We talked about compatibility and purpose, being single, how to get back into dating from a pandemic. Really good conversation. Next week, we'll have another guest. So let me know what you think so far, how you enjoying the guests. Which episodes were your favorite so far? We're now into episode 11 of season 2, going off to a great start. This month is Black History Month, and it's also considered Love Month. So I want to get on here real quick and talk to anybody who may be single on Valentine's Day. I know it's a tough time for a lot of people who are single for various reasons. It could be a relationship or marriage ended, or even you've lost a loved one. But I want to encourage you to not look at today as a day to feel sad or sorrow, because you see pictures and you see posts of people in relationships, and you want to have a relationship. You want to be committed to someone. Don't look at today as a day to feel envious. And don't look at today as a day to be sad. A lot of people post and things that you're seeing. Some people try to wrap their love and show it all in one day. And just remember that showing love on Valentine's Day does extend from just personal and intimate relationships. Make sure to spread love and show love to people outside, whether it be your co-workers, your friends and family. Check on your family members who may have lost a loved one, or who may have experienced a breakup. Think about them on Valentine's Day. Send them a special shout out. Let them know you love them. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Since Valentine's Day is considered a day to show love, take it outside of romantic relationship. Let somebody know maybe somebody you haven't spoken to in a while. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you appreciate them. But don't just do it today. Do it every day. And if you haven't done it in a while, use today as a beginning, but don't just do it once a year. Make sure you're doing that every day, that you're showing people, just not people who you're in relationships with or married to. Make sure to show that outside of just those relationships. And the most important person to show love to is yourself. We don't talk enough about what it means to love yourself. Part of self-love is allowing yourself grace. When you make mistakes, when you fall short of your expectations, when you get off track from whatever you're doing, show yourself some grace. Every day is not going to be a great day. There are going to be some challenges. There are going to be some obstacles that you may have to overcome, but give yourself enough grace to know that this one mistake isn't something that's going to hold you back. You can pick yourself back up and start right where you left off. Make sure that you take care of yourself, whether that is eating healthier, getting more exercise. I know a lot of us have started a different health journey at the beginning of the year. You may have fallen off. Use today as a great day to get back into it. Go to the gym. When you're having a meal tonight, maybe make a healthier choice with your food decisions. Get in tune with things that you may like and experience those things. Don't be afraid to experience things by yourself, whether it's going to the movies, going out to eat, going for a walk. Use that time as an intimate time to get to know yourself. Maybe you need to rediscover some things about yourself that you necessarily know or don't remember. This would be a good time to reflect on those things and use this day as a time for self-care. Whatever self-care means to you, you can do that. Don't just, like I said, don't just use today as a day for self-care, but if you haven't been practicing self-care, use today for self-care. It's easy to get caught up in taking care of everybody else and forget about yourself. So give yourself some time to get some sort of self-care, even if that's picking up your favorite thing to do, or reading a magazine, or doing work in the yard, working on a car, building something, creating something. If that's self-care for you, go ahead and do that. Even if you're a podcaster, jump on and record a podcast episode. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you publish today, but do that. If that's your place of comfort and self-care, do that. If you're an artist, if drawing, painting, if that's your thing, if that's how you show yourself some self-care, do that. Do something for, especially if you're an artist and you're getting paid for your art, or if you're creative and you're getting paid for it. How much time have you spent doing your passion and your love for something for yourself? We get caught up into providing things for other people, especially if we have a business. A lot of our businesses stem from things that we love to do personally. So maybe take the time today to create something just for you. I can even take it as far as creating reels and stuff. Some people create reels, some people create videos and things for the audience, but create something for yourself. It may be something that's not necessarily popular, or something that might necessarily be viral or trending, but create it for yourself. Find that place where you were before you got into your business, that passion that you had for yourself, the enjoyment. Rediscover that enjoyment again. Maybe that's something that's missing from your business or whatever you're creating. Maybe you've lost that touch, that personal touch. So maybe use today as a day to reflect on that and get back to the basics. Some of the best relationships are actually friendships. Maybe there's a friend you haven't reached out into a while. There's a friend that you know who may be spending Valentine's Day by themselves. Maybe they need to hear your voice. Pick up the phone and call somebody. And these aren't just things for Valentine's Day, but these are some suggestions to get you start thinking moving forward. Not just today, but what happens after today. Take a deep look at yourself. A real good deep look, and see what things you may need to work on, what improvements you need to make. Any type of baggage, any things you need to get rid of, situations that you may need to still heal from. Have you completely healed from that last relationship? Have you completely moved forward? Or even outside of relationships, have you forgiven somebody who wronged you? The animosity in your heart might not even have to do with a past relationship. It could have to do with just a past situation with somebody, because you're holding a grudge, and that grudge is holding up the things that are supposed to be happening in your life, because you're holding so tight on that grudge. When you hold grudges, you give that other person control of your life. And that could be any to even all areas of your life, because you're holding on. You're not allowing room in your heart for other things. So let go. Somebody wronged you, you having some sort of ill feeling, let that go. Use today as a refresh and restart. It's considered quote unquote love day, so spread some love. But start at home. Start with yourself. Start with self-love, and find some things that you love about yourself. Even looking at the things that you're probably hard on yourself about that you don't like, there's probably some positive things you can find in that. Know that there's somebody out there waiting to experience your love, and not necessarily somebody in a romantic capacity. There are people right now who don't believe that love exists, and I'm not just talking about romantic love, just in general, because the world seems to be such a dark place, but there's love everywhere around us. And use today as a day to be the person who spreads that love around. Be that person today who shows people that love still exists. Love for each other, love for ourselves, and love for mankind. So on the day that we consider Lover's Day, let's set aside time to be an example of love, show love, and spread love. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Brown Sugar Cafe podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Terrence P. Elmore, and this is the place where poetry meets conversation. Hit that follow button and turn on your notifications so you won't miss an episode. Check out my blog, thebrownsugarcafe.blog. Also connect with me on Instagram at thebrownsugarcafe. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, remember, keep pushing forward.